What's going on, good listener? Welcome inside the TCA studio in beautiful Bytown, Canada for your Friday edition of the Tall Can Audio Podcast. Guys lost. Rob has stumbled in here midweek, late week. It's not really midweek, but it has been a couple of weeks, so we did decide to let him in. What's happening, man?
It's the end of the week for some of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rob's big into making sure he properly honors Queen Victoria. 4 days, not just 3.
100%.
Yeah.
One of us looks more manly than the other one. You can guess which is which.
Okay. Yeah. We're on social media at Tall Can Audio. Let us know which one you think. You know what I was thinking the other day? You'll love this.
All right.
Because I think it's in your wheelhouse. It is going to be wrestling related. So
that's right in my wheelhouse, and you know that.
I was talking to somebody, and the image kind of got planted that if you really went for it, if you let your hair and beard grow long enough, and I know you're prepared to do that. Pandemic Rob was maybe as close as we ever got.
I was told we could never do that again.
What do you think about separated at birth, Rob and Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
I got one eye looking at you and one eye looking for you.
I think if you let your hair grow just a little bit, and it's actually going to be more than a little bit.
So I had a crazy Duck Dynasty beard.
Yeah.
In the early days of the pandemic.
That's what I'm saying.
And I called it my Civil War beard. Yeah. Oh, honestly, that guy was
walking around with a 2x4
that I'd already been whacked with a bunch of times. I did like Hacksaw Jim. Like, that's late 80s, eh?
Yep. And honestly, late 80s through the 90s, and somehow, for some reason, was given a weird return in like 06 or 07. Now, by then, he's wearing like the Sears ladies' underwear that go up over your belly. Like, he's kind of...
Oh, yeah.
But still, God love him. He's not putting a shirt on. Guy's coming out and doing the thing.
He needs the Gorilla Monsoon one strap. Or Haystack Calhoun, whoever it is. Right? Just like...
Well, Andre had lots of guys.
Andre,
had to...
Well, Andre, we knew he was getting down
I know you don't want to
business.
step on my...
yeah, I know. Took the one strap off and he'd be like, let's get after
time
it.
for business, man.
Yeah. All right.
We're on social media. I already did that.
And I don't know if I love that comparison, but...
But you can see... If you would really let the hair go, just the beard was already past hacksaw levels.
Yeah.
But you would have had to let the hair go a little bit longer. Well, but I think it's the color. I think you could have got there.
And you'd have to squint. You'd have to squint to make that comparison.
For sure.
But like I said, the crazy eyes, like I said, googly eyed.
And it's, what do they call them? Like funhouse mirror hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah. So that part, not loving, but whatever.
Let's have a beer, man. What are you having?
I'm having, in honor of the occasion,
which we'll get to in a moment.
I am having from Merritt in Hamilton.
Yes.
I am having their Steel and Shadows Baltic Porter.
Like steel and or stealing shadows?
Steel
and
plus shadows.
Big news in the Hammer this week, man.
Well, we'll see.
Okay. We can get into that as...
Coming in at 9%.
Oh, boy. Rob is ready to kick off a 4-day weekend. Yeah, I've had a couple of things, obviously, out of Merritt. Most of them came from our friend Angela. Yeah, who has moved on to bigger and better things, but certainly...
Are you still getting free beer?
No.
Then it's not bigger, nor is it better. Sorry, Angela.
I'm hoping it's bigger and better for her. It hasn't done much for us over here.
Wait.
Yeah. There are other people involved in the equation. So
a sweet lady.
Yeah, 100%. Over here, this is one from the all-new, maybe, Gold Rush Brewing Company, formerly 762 Brew at Madoc, Highway 7 and Highway 62. Under new management, new ownership. This will be my first opportunity to dive in and at least take a stab at, you doing your own recipes here, or did the recipe book come with the purchase of the brewery? Yeah. So we'll see what that looks like. I can't even promise you I'd be able to identify the difference anyway. There does appear to be more on their menu, more available than what was typically available from 762. But I hope they do well. It's a great location for a brewery.
For you.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, are there other people who need to be?
See, there you go. Sorry, Angela. This is all the same conversation, just on two different sides of the table.
But heading up, up 62, and then you head off east or west, wherever cottage country might be for you. Look, it's a good little corner, man. There's a Timmy's on one side, there's a McDonald's on the other side, and now a brewery on the other. Like, it's kind of like right here where there's a beer store and a
Yes.
Timmy's. Anyway, this will be the first time the old man stopped on the way up. He picked up a couple
And
things.
so, sorry, what is it again? What is the beer?
So this is, like I said, it's now called the Gold Rush Brewing Company.
Right.
And this is a 6.2 IPA called Strike It Rich.
Wow. So it's kind of like what Evergreen did here, and I'm sure a bunch of breweries do it, right? Evergreen rebranded as Pistol, I believe,
Yes.
and they just kept some of the same beers
Yep.
and just sort of, some of it they didn't even change the names.
Right.
And then some they rebranded in more of a Western theme.
Well, these are all new names. We'll see as I only stopped at 7. Probably half the reason they went under. As you said, great location for me, but you got to actually stop. At least 50% of my trips were on holiday Mondays, and they're not open. What do you want me to do, right? Like, there's nothing I can do about that. So,
If you're going to be in cottage country,
yeah,
you
I
should
probably will.
you should be making yourself open and available on a holiday Monday.
On holiday weekends, man. On cottage weekends.
People rolling in
I
for
get
something
it. Yeah,
to eat,
back
grab
up and
some
down
beers.
Highway
Yeah.
7.
Like, that seems to be poor business planning.
Agreed.
But-
and they're no longer here to discuss it with us, so perhaps they would agree.
Right. Okay, listen.
Oh, can I do a thing first?
For sure you can.
Okay. Because I had a nice segue planned, and now it's sort of been interrupted a little
Are
bit.
you going to
I'm
strike it
do
rich?
anyway. I was going to ask it. Have you found that you have struck it rich with those fat podcast dollars here over the last 11 years? As it is May 15th. This is the 11th anniversary of the Tall Can Audio Podcast.
51515.
Yes. That was it. That was the whole. What day do we launch this? Is there any reason to? Here's 51. It looked like a fun hashtag 51515 to start. And
I have, and it's funny, as somebody who went through a tumultuous marriage breakup.
yep.
Woo!
Stay tuned for his podcast breakup.
There was talk, when declaring income. Well, what about what are you getting paid for the pod? I'm like, you should be paying me.
Pod owes me money.
We're going to declare that on this.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was the richest part of that was.
Did you just stand up and like pull your empty pockets out?
Well, I pulled something out.
Yeah.
It may not have been my pockets.
Yeah. One person in the courtroom had already seen that.
And the rest couldn't.
Yeah, this is 11 years of the Tall Can Audio Pod. Look, we did a big thing last year that the whole courtroom could have seen.
Yeah.
To mark 10 years, had a bunch of our friends of the show over to the Need a Beer Company. So, look, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
As far as the paper anniversary, the golden anniversary,
Yep.
11 years?
I think this is the grandmother clock.
The Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah. The 2x4 anniversary.
Okay, so I owe you 1 2x4.
On the way out the door.
Get going. Yeah, I keep it right beside the exit of the studio, man.
So, in May of 2015, I did a little looking in to what was the top grossing films of 2015.
That was where you went, eh? No one mad as the film guy.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to ask you. Because
you don't know.
Well, no, it was an Avengers movie. Like
Yeah.
Avengers. I haven't seen one of those.
Yeah, okay.
Number 2 was Pitch Perfect 2 and Mad Max Fury Road. Now, what makes those two more interesting, they're the second and third grossing films, but they were released on May 15th.
Okay. Which was a Friday, yes.
Yeah, so...
I don't know. Knowing what I know now, Friday's not the best day. They're fine. Like, it's a fine day, but we landed on Monday for a reason, right? Give it room to... Like, we always
the weekend.
drop a show for a Monday.
Yeah.
to kind of breathe. I don't know why I chose Friday as a good, other than, like I said, just the
symmetry
5,
of the date.
15, 15, and yeah.
So top songs. Okay, a couple that I had honestly never heard of, but these are Billboard Top 100 songs. "See You Again" by Wiz Khalifa.
Nope.
So that had to do with the passing
I
of
was going to say Gangnam Style.
of the hold on of it's not Gangnam Style, but it's in that vein.
Yeah.
Something to do with the guy from Fast and the Furious who died, Walker. Anyways, how about "Can I Hit You with a Trap Queen" by Fetty Wap?
No.
You ever even heard of that?
No. None of, for all I know,
I've made this shit up. No. Anyways, the next one's how about "Shut Up and Dance"?
Yeah.
"Walk Off the Moon."
I actually kind of like that song.
Uptown Funk.
I hate that song. I have a thing about Bruno Mars, who
How about Mark Ronson? Do you hate that guy too?
I don't even know who that is.
All right. Anyways.
But I hate that song. I hate that. Like, if you asked me
Uptown
to name my
Funk's gonna
top
get ya.
3
Really?
most hated songs ever, it would be on the top of the podium looking down at whatever I came up with for 2 and 3.
Don't believe me, just
hate
watch.
that song.
Really?
Yeah. Something about Bruno Mars' voice and then tagged onto that tune. I don't know. I
Okay.
can't stand it.
And the other one, "Sugar" by Maroon 5. That strikes me as closer to your wheelhouse.
No. See, I have, if I'm 2 or 3 Maroon 5 tunes
Moves
in
like-
my... No. But
Really?
it's those 2, though, that you have just referenced. My niece, when she was like a toddler, you know, that's what it takes me back to, things she would like to, that would make her dance and play. Like, so that was fun. But no, I don't really... I go back, like Maroon 5 in like 06 or 07 when they first... "She Will Be Loved," which, you know, this is where I would typically try and get up there, but I've long since given up on
Oh, that's a sad day, man. That's what we've lost. Oh, no.
I used to be able to do that,
You
man.
did
You know
used
what
to
I
be
mean?
able to do that.
I can't get there anymore.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's Maroon 5 that I associate.
Something just died. Something just died here.
It's still lodged in my throat, whatever it was.
See, I only have one, and it's "Moves Like Jagger."
Yeah.
That to me that's the only Maroon 5 song that I... Okay, but I had one more in terms of the
What was the one before this, you said? The one before the Maroon 5?
Uptown Funk.
No, there was one in between.
Yeah, "Shut Up and Dance."
Oh, yeah.
"Walk Off the Moon."
I don't know. I liked that one.
I hate that one.
Okay, see, to me, it always made me smile, like, if that's all she ever said, because it's like, she says, after everything he says to her, all her response ever is "shut up and dance." And like, it's not the basis for a strong relationship,
Right.
but it is the basis for a pretty good pop tune here.
Nobody's ever asked me to dance, but the first half I've heard many times. many times.
Shut up.
Shut up!
And that's about it.
All right.
All right, there was one more.
Yeah, it was in the 11 years of this podcast. If I was to give you 3 teams, you tell me who's had more coaches in that period.
The Edmonton Oilers.
Nope, they're not one of the 3.
Okay.
Toronto Maple Leafs, Ottawa Senators, Toronto Blue Jays. Manager, obviously.
Yeah, I've been through that. Now, not comparing these 2, but I've been knee deep in the Leaf coach killers
Yep.
debate here. But this is going to be the 4th for... But it doesn't matter players. This is 50. So
11 years. And I
the
think
Sens have been... Like, before Green, it was just DJ, right? I know you don't want to help me with this.
there was Jacques in between.
Oh, yeah, okay. But DJ was, like, irritatingly stable for a lot of the fan base. Like, he overstayed, I think, for a lot of people.
This guy right here, number 1 in the DJ, has overstayed his welcome fan club.
So we had Gibby, and then we had...
Yes, do it.
Yeah, I don't have it. The bench coach from Tampa played the bongos. Not the bongos, the steel drums. Yeah, you've taken me to a bad spot.
Yeah.
But that's the way this show used to go, so that's fine. But were they... back to back? Like, again, you don't have to help me with this in terms of the name, but did it go right from Gibby to that guy?
Charlie Montoya.
Charlie Montoya. Old Chucky Montoya. It was back to back?
Yeah.
Okay. And then to Schneider. So that's 3.
Correct.
Leafs since 2015 would have been the Horacek yourself.
You better Horacek yourself.
Into Babs, into Keefe, and then into Berube and into
we don't have
Lil
anybody
C.
yet. Yeah, so 4.
But the Sens are just the 3, right? There's got to be some. No, it was Dave. No, I was going to say Dave Cameron. Who was behind the bench for the run in 2017?
That would be Rest is a Weapon.
Yes,
Guy
Boucher.
Boucher.
So we went Boucher to DJ?
Nope.
Okay. Then obviously the Sens have had the most.
Yeah, Sens are at like 6.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Who came after Boucher?
Cameron and Paul McLean, I think.
Oh, I forgot about McLean was first, but he was earlier.
They were both earlier.
Yeah.
Guy
Oh,
Boucher,
see, I thought you would have come with the answers to these.
but I did.
Okay.
I did, and now that I'm thinking about it, that's not true because both McLean and Cameron were in the.
He was the walrus right behind the glass in Montreal.
Fat bug-eyed walrus.
Yeah, in the Montreal series. So that was before.
Yeah, no, you know what? I did look at this.
But now I guess I'm saying that playoff series was 2017.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 2015.
And that was Boucher's first year.
Okay.
So for sure, Dave Cameron.
Yeah, because he was going to be the Leaf.
Yeah, for sure, Dave Cameron. Anyways, I think it's Ottawa.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying I think because I'm just like, fuck. I have, you know what?
You guys have now got the full feel of 11 years of Tall Can Audio. Like, show up with, I might know this.
Partial
the things
facts.
I think.
Well, and it's funny because Stone Cold. I knew it's Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Then now I'm like, oh wait. But I think Paul McLean and Dave Cameron are both in there.
Okay. And they could be. Like, for whatever reason, I went to 2017.
Yep.
But that's not the beginning of the window we're talking about.
But that no, it isn't. And that was Boucher's first year.
Okay.
That's 16,
So at
17
least
years.
one of them is in there.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So anyways, that is what's going on here. Did you want to? Is there more you wanted to commemorate here?
Yeah, not really. Like, it's the date, so I thought we would bring it up.
Yeah.
But we did the most of the navel gazing a year ago. So.
Right. So
Happy anniversry, man.
Thank you
I'll
very
see you
much.
In the courtroom shortly.
I appreciate that, and I will also show you my business again.
Yeah, that'll be a real first.
In my absence from the studio here, I've been busy, Matt.
Yep.
I've been all over.
Have I?
I've been up at. No,
Oh.
That's right. Well, I wasn't suggesting you weren't. You're always busy. You are a mover and a shaker.
You know me, man. Social butterfly.
Yeah, 4 cheeks and a couple chins. Just shaking all over.
You know, I should have just let you go.
So out doing a bunch of things, but I was at every year we do it's a charity trivia night.
Yes.
So last year I got hosed on the Canadian trivia by
not by the
by the Historical Society who provided 25% of the questions. They beat me by 2.
Yeah. Flogged them.
So this year it was sports trivia. And winner,
Hey.
right here, my man.
All right.
100 people.
Yep.
100 people. This team came home first. The one question I
100
wanted...
people on your team? Or
100 people in the room.
Yeah.
I wanted to hit you with was 1917, the origins of the National Hockey League.
Yeah.
4 teams.
Yeah.
The original 4 tems of the National
Before
Hockey League.
arenas started burning down and people started going bankrupt and... Yeah.
4 teams. In November of 1917, who were the 4 original NHL franchises?
So, Montreal Maroons? There was 2 Montreal teams. There was an Ottawa team. And then it was just like the Toronto Blue Shirts, or was that actually Renfrew? Were they still in the mix? No. Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal had 2 teams. Then somebody's arena burned down like very early on. Because we had this... I'm wrestling with this in my own mind now. In 2017, I remember there being a debate because Toronto played Montreal in one game and Ottawa played Montreal in another game. And we didn't know who played the first game in NHL history because nobody bothered to write down the differing start times.
Okay.
So that's what
I need names.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, it's the Ottawa...
Yep.
1917. I'm going Silver 7.
So you got a quarter point for each one of these in the trivia.
Okay.
So I got 3/4 of a point.
Okay. Did I just get a quarter point, or
now,
am I already...
I really should have got 87.5.
Well, because the Senators was in the 20s.
So
I don't go and look up at these banners.
Ottawa Senators
Fake. Yeah, fuck that.
is one of them.
Shouldn't have started there. They're going to screw me.
Again and again.
And then, since I'm already out of it is the Maroons. It is not the Maroons, is it?
That's where I lost my point.
Okay.
The Montreal Maroons.
So it's the Wanderers.
The Montreal Wanderers
Yes.
is the one I did not get.
Okay. And the Canadiens.
Yep.
And then this is the one I should know.
Yes.
But I think it's just an arena's St.
I got
but I think it's just the Toronto Blue Shirts.
I got this one just for the record.
Okay.
Matt.
I'm just riding with Toronto Blue Shirts.
I'm riding with the Toronto Blue Shirts.
Yeah.
It is the Toronto Arenas.
Okay. Because our buddy Down Goes Brown in his, he has a great book. It's meant to be fun, obviously, but it's also an interesting historical read. And he talks about, that's where I've just gotten tripped up. So there was a separate league first, the NHA or whatever.
Correct. Yes. NHA.
And they hated the guy who owned Toronto. Imagine hating the Toronto hockey team.
I can't.
And they just decided, you know what? Since this guy won't leave and he won't go away and he has a fair reason to be here, we're just going to close the league and start a new one and not invite him. And that's basically what happened.
But
so that was the Blue Shirt.
And it's funny because because you only have like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
They read the question twice.
You mean that 6 minutes that I meandered around my own head wouldn't have been permitted?
No. Well, you can come back to it at the end, right?
Okay.
But you are moving on to the next one. And so I was left with, and I was mulling over the Renfrew Millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
That was I think the Fergus Thistles was also in my, these sorts
Kenora.
of. Yeah. Or the Inkerman Rockets.
No, see, you missed me on that one. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, it was an interesting evening. Now,
isn't there more pressure on you when you sit? Like, did you know when you showed up it was sports trivia, or does that get unveiled when you arrive?
it sort of got unveiled when we arrived.
So I did this to myself once, and we've talked about it on the show before. I attended the first one of Michaela and Vanessa's
Right.
She's Got Game
Yes.
sports trivia nights.
Over a bicycle. I think.
Yes. And I'm sitting down with the team that I've been invited to join, and I've made it very clear I'm here to support. I don't expect to be very good at this, right? But if there's any women's
That is
MMA...
on Matt's tombstone.
Yeah. But if there's any women's MMA, I can probably... And there was one, and it was right down the pipe, and I swung and missed at it, and the rest of the table's just looking at you like, this is the only thing we were
You said
hoping
up front,
Yep.
this obscure thing
Do you think I've said it since? Nope. Just show up and...
Yeah. I'm bringing nothing.
Yeah.
Anything you get from me will
I'm
be
buying some
GRA.
50-50 tickets.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Now, I had a question for you, though, on etiquette. So
you've come to the right place.
there's 100 questions in this trivia.
It's too many questions, first of all.
Well, they run through them fairly quickly.
Yeah.
76 out of 100 right here. Well, actually, 75 3/4.
Yeah. Guy doesn't know a wanderer.
So there was a question which was there was a sort of an area. This is the king of sports. Does that mean anything to you?
No. King of beers.
Yeah, Budweiser.
Yeah.
So, but this was held on the Kentucky Derby day.
Well,
So this is the king of sports.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's horse racing.
And to me, is it the sport of kings?
So the next question was, this is the sport of kings.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, fuck. Scratch the other answer.
Yeah.
This is horse racing big time. But now I have no idea what the king of sports is.
No.
And it's soccer. Self-glossed mofos have glossed themselves as the king of sports.
See, I can see why it would be dubbed that, but I've never heard it
called that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then there was a section in the end which was sports quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Who said it? And so the first one was, who said, it ain't over till it's over?
I don't know.
And I'm like, that's Yogi Berra.
Sure.
So
You could assign most of them to him.
Yeah, they dutifully wrote it down.
Yeah.
The next question was,
Oh, no.
90% of baseball is mental. The other 50%.
That's Yogi Berra.
The other 50% is physical. And I'm like, okay, fuck. That's Yogi Berra. Scratch the other one.
Yep.
They're both Yogi Berra.
Okay.
You can't have two Yogi Berra questions back to back. Am I right?
You're out here trying to trap people.
Because you're left with the people doing the same thing I just did. No, that's when they're both.
Casey Stengel was the other guy who's known for tremendous baseball quotes. One of them being like, hey, coach, it didn't go so well on the base paths today. What did you think of your team's execution? He goes, I think it'd probably be a good idea.
I'm in favor of it. Yeah. Anyways, it's fun. But did I feel any pressure? No, because you know what? I'm the man.
Oh.
I'm the man. If you have trivia, that's my deal.
Yeah.
Now, I say that and then...
King of trivia. Trivia of kings.
Yes. Exactly. Anyways.
Yeah.
It's always nice. Always nice to get out.
Sure.
Get to take the big brain out for a walk.
Once a year.
Yeah, once a...
Don't want to overdo it.
Every Sunday afternoon, baby. I let it breathe. Let it breathe.
11 years of Tall Can Audio. We thank you, good listener. We lament with you that you had nothing better to do.
It's 11 years of drinking and knowing things.
Well, drinking and thinking things.
Yes. I drink and I know things.
Yep. We have seen now half of the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs resolve itself. We've got Colorado, who I've been very loyal to, along with my Leafs and my Ducks, as I sit here in my Colorado Avalanche jersey. I'm a hardcore.
Is it an Adam Foote jersey?
Joe Sakic.
Gio!
Yeah, 100%, man. I do have we've told the story on the show before.
Joe Sakic just beat up Doug Gilmour.
I do have an Adam Foote autographed hat from
it's a hat.
And a little picture up on the wall there here in the studio from our infamous encounter.
Yes.
Avs have eliminated the Wild. Carolina dusted Philly pretty quick. And so we are down to Montreal and Buffalo and Vegas, Anaheim. Where do you want to start here, man? Either one of those two stood out to you more than the other? They've both been pretty competitive.
You mean the two series that are still going?
Yes.
To me, the least interesting series in this round, I'm sure for most people, is Carolina-Philly.
Sure.
Whereas due to the Ottawa connection, I was seriously interested in to see what that looked like.
Please dust Philly. Affirm us.
Yeah, well, okay. If that's how you like to spin it, I won't say it's wrong. So I paid a lot of attention to that.
Yeah.
I've found the Anaheim Vegas to be...
So I'm interrupting you already,
It's
man.
late, but
yeah.
I'm not super interested.
It's been tight. It's been good, but just it's unfair to say now because half of them are over. But when we did the first round watchability rankings, and you balked at my Pittsburgh Philly, and yet you were high on Carolina Philly, you thought that was going to be pretty entertaining.
It's the Carolina quotient, obviously. That's what we just said. Validate me. Yes, Christ, that's on my tombstone, Matt.
Okay.
Validate me.
You know, the Anaheim thing, I'm happy to see them at least putting up a fight. As you and I sit here right now, it's Thursday afternoon. That series could be over by the time the good listener hears this on Friday morning.
If Mitch Marner has anything to say about it.
Guy's a killer, man. He is a killer.
Stone cold killer.
They are up 3-2 on the Ducks. But the Ducks have put up a fight here. It's been an entertaining enough series. I'm with you, though. It's got to be a barn burner if it's 11:30 on a weeknight and I'm just fading fast, right? Like, I don't know if I'm taking away from the series with that or if it's just the hours that I keep in my...
a bit of both, right? A little column A, a little column B.
Sure. But Montreal-Buffalo, I think, has been every bit as good as everyone expected that it would be. Regardless of who you're rooting for, and I'm probably rooting for Buffalo. Yeah, exactly. But even when Montreal got a hold of that game on Sunday, which was game 3, and kind of ran Buffalo's show, it was still, fur flying. We're digging mouth guards out of the net at certain points. Like it's been really good. And
Montreal, I think, has been significantly the better team.
Was it the last time you were in here when you said to me, is it time? No, it would have been the time before that.
Yeah.
Is it time we start giving Montreal a little more credit? And I immediately said yes. You're like, no, I didn't want to hear that.
Yeah,
but here we are.
That's not on brand.
No, but here we are. Like, I'm with you. I don't think it's impossible at this point that Buffalo wins the series. They got 2 home games. Again,
right.
That goes later tonight. But so far, Montreal has been the better team.
Yeah, like I think Buffalo wins game 4, but it felt like they had to have a little bit of
stanchion love,
hockey gods love, right, to make that happen. It's like you got to be good to be lucky, but they're getting some breaks.
Yeah.
Montreal just seems to be the better team in this series.
And how much of that has been, man? Like we talked when we broke down the round 1 series that Montreal has a great top line and then maybe 3 third lines.
Yeah.
And that first line hasn't exactly been lighting it up. Now, Caulfield's coming around, and it's not like they've been bad, but it's been the depth. It's been Kirby Dach getting going,
You're
right?
Alex Newhook.
Newhook, for sure, man. Like, the fact that they're still here, you kind of get into that classic or that cliched hockey that says, well, you're not going to go very far if your top guys don't score. Well, we're still here and we're tied, and our top guys haven't scored yet. Like, at some point, you figure they're going to.
The last 2 games, game 3 and game 4, have been a little better.
Yeah.
But they've been getting fat on the power play still.
Yep.
A bit. And so it is interesting. And Dobish.
Mm-hmm.
He's been very good. Like I just think on so many levels, I keep waiting for what I saw most of the season that they were going to drop off.
Yep.
And
at some point we may have to stop waiting for that.
Yeah, well, no, for me it's now.
Yes.
For me it's now. Even if they don't win this series, I think that
they're here and they're real.
They're here and they're real.
They're here and they're spectacular.
Yeah. Well, and that comes up later when we talk about the Leafs, because to me that's
they're spectacular.
Yeah.
They are a spectacle.
Yeah. Anyways, but to me Montreal is, I still think Montreal wins this series. Would I put money on it? Probably not, because I don't want to see that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I just think they just look like they know what they're doing, and Buffalo is sort of chasing it a bit.
There's no, Dobish has been fantastic. In fact, the Rookie of the Year ballots just came out here, were released yesterday.
Unanimous.
Yeah, which was the right call.
But what a class. Am I right? What a rookie class this year.
But Dobish finished 4th. I don't think there's any plans in Montreal for him to be the guy long term. Like, it was going to be Montembeault passed to Fowler, who was developing in the minors. They had to call him up at some point when it was clearly not going to work with Montembeault. I don't think they have any designs on. Now, things can change, but...
Well, Fowler better be unbelievable, because if he's gonna surpass what Dobish is doing right now.
Sure, but Dobish was up and down a little bit this year.
Are you seeing a little Halak price?
Yeah, I am
here?
seeing a little bit of that. So,
because you also have the Gustafsson Wallstad thing happening out.
Well, not anymore.
But you remember, like mid-season, they were talking about, we're going to flip Wallstad.
Yeah,
and you're like, what?
Well, remember, both went to the Olympics.
Yeah, you can only have one starting goalie, and when you are going for it, like a team like Well, either one of them,
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's a luxury you can't afford to have two guys who could be number one. That's more Gustafsson and Wallstedt at this point.
Sure.
But man, as soon as you trade one of those guys away, the other one fucking tires go flat.
100% every single time. So I am curious, and I guess it's looking ahead a little bit too much, and we may have time to do, but is there any reason to even bother playing the conference finals, or are Colorado, Carolina inevitable to you at this point?
I still want to see what Carolina looks like. Like everyone's crowning them in the East.
You want to crown their asses? Go ahead and crown them.
We are. They are who we thought they were. It comes.
Is that in the last 15 years, 11 years? Or no?
No, don't think so.
Way outside.
It comes down to, like, Ottawa was 8th in league scoring.
Mm-hmm.
But it's anecdotal. They don't score easily, right? Like, they just...
Carolina.
No, Ottawa.
Okay.
And
that's true.
And so Philly also not scoring easily.
Mm-hmm.
So what Carolina does best, they were able to do against two teams who I would both say don't score easily.
What was interesting for me was that...
Whereas I think either one of these teams
I'll save that.
score better. No,
I know.
I'm going to hand it over to you.
Yeah.
But either one of these teams score more easily than Philly and Ottawa do. So that's what gives me the little... wait and
Sure.
see.
At some point, you're going to have to play, whether it be Montreal or Buffalo, somebody who does score a little easier, right? Like who might be able to break down your system a bit better. We'll see. But what was interesting to me was they're like, I would have Ottawa as a clearly superior team in just about every sense over Philadelphia. And yet Carolina didn't really run Philly out either. Like they swept them just like they did to Ottawa. But there wasn't a whole lot of just kicking the shit out of them, right? Like it's still...
Of either team.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like
Right,
we know
yes.
they didn't pound Ottawa, even though it was a sweep. I expected there to be a little more 4-0 kind of consistency over Philly, which didn't... And maybe that speaks to Carolina's style, right?
They don't score easily either.
I guess not. And
But clearly they did because they were also in the top 10 in scoring.
I found it a little more dominant against Philadelphia, obviously, than I did against Ottawa, but not in a way that was like, I went into that series going, oh, this isn't even going to be close. You're going to blow. And it was a sweep, so it wasn't close. But again, it wasn't a 4-0, 5-1, 6-2, 4, kind of series. There was overtime games again. And
two of them.
So maybe that's just what you're going to get out of Carolina. And I wonder what happens when you run into, that top line for Montreal, or when you run into, what Buffalo has in terms of depth up and down their lineup. And frankly, not a better defensive system, but a better defense core, in my opinion, on Buffalo than in Carolina. I wonder what that's going to look like. It's similar to when we talked about how many people in Ottawa wanted Carolina instead of Buffalo or Montreal. And I think we talked then that I'd rather see Buffalo or Montreal because, in theory, they're going to run into what you do well, right? They're going to run headfirst into your defensive system.
Right.
Whereas Carolina's going to defend and you're going to defend, and at some point somebody's going to have to try and score, and I guess we'll see what happens. But I think Carolina at some point is about to have to face here a better offensive punch than they've seen thus far. I still think they're the best team in the East.
Yes.
But we'll see if they can take a punch here.
It comes down to...
After, a Caribbean cruise and a European vacation.
Yeah, a little spa time for sure. I get it. I've totally gapped on where I was going there. But 50% of what I was going to say was the Aho line, the Aho, Svechnikov, Jarvis line has also not lit it up.
Yep, very similar to the Suzuki.
So if you are looking at sooner or later, one of these top lines has to kick in. And we look at Montreal and go, yeah, it's going to be that one. I think we've also gone through 2 rounds, only 8 games, but the Aho line has not really made a huge 5-on-5 impact.
And hasn't had
as well.
to,
right.
but will have to against
Will have
one
to.
of these. Yes.
You're now in the conference finals for them. and they will. So it's we can't just look at it and go, well, Montreal, if they get on track, that top line, who knows? Because there's only so much sugar to go around, right? And your new hooks and your docks and your,
that's it.
your Bolduc.
Yeah.
And these sorts of things, there's only so much that you can that can go around. Like it's interesting. So to me, it's the Aho. I would put my money on. Well, actually, no. I'm going to take that back. I'm not putting money on either of them because the Aho Svechnikov line has not shown a propensity to score in the conference final hugely.
This is
either.
where it always happens for them. This is where they fall down.
So. I don't think it's a fait accompli that we just wave them through to the final, right? I think they are going to see a different look, whoever they play, Buffalo or Montreal, in the Eastern Conference Final. Colorado, on the other hand,
waving them on through.
I'm waving them on through. Like I just think now, again, Anaheim. You're right. I expected Edmonton to breeze through them.
Yep.
And then I expected Vegas to do the same, and it's going to go to at least 6.
Yeah. And look, I think, Anaheim maybe has had their fun. I think every time they have Vegas on the ropes in this series, they have failed to throw the knockout punch, whether it be in overtime, whether it be in the second period with a 2-goal. Can we just get the one more that pushes this one? They haven't been able to do it. Now, they're still in it.
Young dudes, a lot of young
100%,
guys.
man. And they've been fun to watch. And, it was sort of tongue-in-cheek when I chose them as and here they are still standing late in the second period. But I think this is about to run out. But Vegas's experience that is allowing them to get by Anaheim will not allow them to get by Colorado. Because Colorado has experience. And if that's what we're going to throw on the table against each other, you're seeing depth up and down that Colorado lineup. You got Kadri on your third line at this point.
Nelson, Kadri.
Yeah, and you've got Russ Colton showing up and suddenly doing his thing out of nowhere. Like, it's Natchez. Brett Kulak is suddenly a thing.
Edmonton threw that guy in.
Yes.
With Skinner, with the skin dog.
Can we please? Future senator.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's out there.
As a backup?
Yes.
If he's coming in at league minimum, I'll take him as a backup.
I don't think it's going to be league minimum, but I would also, if I was wanting good things for the Senators, consider him as a backup.
If they were okay, it can't be more than $2 million.
That's probably about right.
So I would take a look at Stuart Skinner.
Yes,
as a backup,
not as my guy, but as my backup. No, I'm with you on that.
And so, but Kulak as a throw-in with Skinner.
Yeah,
and we're going to take Jari back in his 2 more years beyond this.
And Pittsburgh's able to punt that out to Colorado and go, here you go, and take a piece in return, Sam Girard. Yeah. And that worked out well for them, too. So everyone but Colorado, or everyone but Edmonton loving that move.
I was going to say, winner. No.
Nuts. Yeah. No, I think they're clearly the best team in the West. And you find some time, I guess.
Kulak playing 26 minutes.
Yeah, that seems a bit much.
Crazy.
Yes. But it sort of felt like similar to the way the draft can often work, right? When you're looking at a first overall for a long time. I might be foreshadowing a little bit here. But Colorado...
a long time, he says.
Dominated everybody for the first half of the season. They weren't that in the second half. Now, whether that was injuries, whether that was just, we're home and cool.
They had
whether
2 regulation losses through 44 games.
Right. It's going to be hard to maintain that pace,
sickening.
I suppose. Yes. I think Toronto had 2 regulation wins to the final 44.
Well, that was in the second half for sure.
Yeah,
man.
100% it was.
Tank, baby, tank.
Yeah. So I think Colorado, when motivated, when fired up again, is showing you what they are. Minnesota beat Dallas, which I didn't expect.
I did.
Yep. And then Colorado kind of punted them pretty quick as well.
And again, so I predicted Minnesota to beat Dallas.
Yes.
But what you said at the time was, because we talked about their wing depth.
Yep.
And their defense and their goalie tandem.
Yep.
And what you said was, I don't like the center depth.
Yep.
And they were the team that could likely least afford to lose Eriksson Ek.
And did.
And you're like, fuck.
Yep.
what do we got now? Right? And so at the worst possible
All of a sudden, we're leaning heavy on Michael McCarron, and who was fine.
Except when
Hartman
he got
fine.
butt-ended.
Yeah, or did he?
Yeah. Well, that whole thing, man. The guy actually tried to butt-end him in the face.
Yep, tried.
I know, but that should be, I don't care what the rule says.
Intent. Yeah.
That's like, I'm actually trying to hit him in the face with the butt end of my stick.
Stab.
Like,
Yep.
anyways, they were up against it, Minnesota, right?
Yep.
They just, and at the end of the day, as you suggested, the lack of center depth.
Yep.
Came
I
home
said,
to roost.
I just don't buy them. I said a bunch of them. I just don't believe in them at all. And they were better than I expect. Like, there's no way around that. When I say Colorado punted them.
Yeah, it's a 5-game series, but
it was very much like some of these other series we've talked about. It was closer than that. And they managed to take down Dallas, the second-place team in that division that a lot of people thought was the second-best team in the West. So they were full value.
Yeah.
What happens from here, I don't know. But, like, you look at the GM of the year nominees and Bill Guerin being one of them. I get that. Like, that's a guy, take a big swing.
That's based on his Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, maybe. We had Bund on here the other day, and I sort of laid it out for him. I'm curious.
Break it down the Chimaev fight?
It wasn't a good fight. No. Okay. Anyway, I said to him, I like these 3 GM of the year nominees because they're 3 teams in 3 different places, right? Anaheim was the young, up-and-coming, oh, shit, look, we're here. We might be able to do something this year.
John Carlson.
Go get a John Carlson, right? Go and do so. And he's done some, Trouba brought him in, regardless of what New York thought. Some of these are outside the last calendar year, but Killorn and Kreider, yeah, like they've made some nice moves there. And so it kind of brought this young team that was on the verge into the playoffs. I liked that. Colorado, Chris McFarland nominated. They've been a powerhouse. They've been in this for a long time. And so this is a guy now, the opposite of Anaheim. How do we fight these teams off? How do we actually maintain our spot at the top of this? Go out, get Kadri again. You know, we talked about Brett Kulak and, setting their team up the way. And Minnesota is that third spot in the league where we've been pretty good for a long time, but we just can't hang with these monsters. And he took the big swing and went and got Quinn Hughes. I don't know if it means anything.
And this summer he's going for Austin Matthews.
Sure. There's your center depth, I guess.
There you are, man.
I'm curious, though, in that regard, does that mean anything to you? Should it be that way? Is it just by chance that it landed with these 3 teams in 3 different spots? Or, like, do you have a preference if you had a vote on this, on which guy did the best from the position he was dealing from?
Yeah, I don't think it has to be the way it shook out. I think it's 3 guys who are trying to maximize their situations.
Yeah. And
I think that's commendable. That's what we're looking for, right?
Like all 3 legit, I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it comes, like I was looking at when you were talking about this experience versus, not experience in and again, there is the Trouba and there is the Kreider. There is some experience on that Anaheim team.
Gudas has been hurt, but also Killorn and also Kreider. Yeah,
and so, but if you look at
Carlson,
there was a game when there was a goal the other night when it was on the line, and it was Beckett Seneca from McTavish and Cutter Gauthier.
Yeah,
and you're like, fuck, man, is McTavish the oldest guy on that line at 21 or Gauthier? Like,
yeah,
with Leo Carlson, like they just. Zellweger, like
Owen Zellweger coming.
They have
Jackson Lacombe.
They have some that guy.
Yeah,
they have some talent there that is.
Everybody's been talking about Matthew Tkachuk going over to Worlds, trying to join the Triple Gold Club. Jackson Lacombe, if he wins the Cup this year, can join the Triple Gold Club. Got his World Championship last year. Got his Olympic gold as the 7th D. This.
Simmer down, Matt.
I'm just saying.
In your orange hoodie and whatever else you got cooking over there.
I'm a hardcore, long-time Colorado fan today.
I know. But it's one of those things where they are loaded with young talent.
Yeah.
So
they're going to be a problem for a while.
They got a goalie, and we looked at...
He hasn't been that great.
Lights out. I know, but I'm feeling pretty comfortable with Dostal.
No, he is. He is a very good goalie, and that is your guy.
Olympics?
Yeah, I caught a glimpse of that.
Yeah. Back-to-back jacks, as Darren DeChishin would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you look at, we weren't sure what Quenneville was going to do, right? And you go, okay, that guy's a Hall of Fame coach. Doesn't matter if he oversaw that thing over there.
Matters a little.
Yeah, I know. But it doesn't matter when it comes to...
Doesn't matter tonight.
What's going to happen in the coaching. And man,
that's right.
He's pushed the right buttons with this team. So I'm glad they're in the West. We don't have to worry about that. That seems like an Edmonton problem.
Oh, the Edmonton's got problems, and we can get into that here after the break in a moment. But yeah, I think there's a few teams here that have to get it done fast. Like Vegas, better win. Like LA is about to fall off, but Anaheim is here. San Jose is about to be they're here. About to draft another top, two.
Thank you. Yeah, whoever the Leafs don't take,
right?
We'll take that guy. There
are teams in that Pacific, and this is what happens when things cycle the way that they do, right? You've got teams that sit down there for a long time and aren't any good, but start grabbing prospects, grabbing draft picks, and the Pacific, after being a joke for a few years, is about to become not a joke. Except you, Vancouver.
Yeah, you suck still.
You're still a joke.
And anyways, it comes down to when Mike Grier got hired there.
Yeah.
I won't, I am going to throw both of us under the bus. We both panned that.
Yeah.
And man, I
hate to look in the rearview mirror.
All he's done is jettison a bunch of dead weight and like a salary that you just thought there's no way you're going to get out from underneath all those guys.
Yeah.
And you look around and you go,
I'm out.
Here it is. Screw you, Tall Can Audio.
It's been said.
It has been said. But you know what? That's really more of a feather in our cap.
Sure. They know us in San Jose. They know to hate us out there.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
It's turned southwest and walk a really long time. Although it's more west than south.
Shout out Dionne Warwick.
It's not, we don't give Dion enough love on this. All the Dions.
Yeah,
of this
Phaneuf. Phaneuf has got a lot of love on this podcast.
A lot of love, a lot of hate, a lot of emotions
from both sides of the table.
One of those guys who has straddled both sides of the debate. So, why don't we take a break here? We'll go grab another pint. Look, there's stuff to talk about. Vancouver made news, Anaheim made news, Toronto made news. The Jays are. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to all of this today, but. Well, we'll get to some stuff.
And the beauty is, like in the 2 weeks, and we will go, in the 2+ weeks that I've not been here, like you had the Chris Johnston with dropping that whole Austin Matthews. I don't know if I'm going to be back in the fall or whatever.
Walking out the door like Austin Matthews.
Right. And then there was the whole Chayka thing with Steve Simmons.
Yeah.
Like that all happened.
Yeah.
And then the draft lottery happened. You're like, and the topsy-turviness of this whole thing.
Oh, boy.
And then the firing of Berube, and you're like, holy fuck, man. Like, there's been 2 years worth of news happen, I swear to you, in 20 days.
The Leafs are interesting again.
Yeah, but like the Chinese proverb says, may you live in interesting times. Not always a great thing.
I am just happy someone has grabbed the wheel and has spun it. Not even like they have their hands on it, but like the big wheel on Price is Right. Let's just give her a fucking whip it around, beep, 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 and see where we land.
Yeah, but how many times did you watch that when you're homesick?
50, or pretending to be homesick.
Yeah. And you thought, what happens if somebody ever gets their sweater caught on one of those things and gets sucked right under the thing? You're like,
you're suggesting that's Leafs Nation here.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that.
I thought the analogy was bad enough when we were just trying to get one of the two green spots or the red spot in the middle, and the rest of it is 15 cents or 30. No, you've got to have someone murdered live on the set.
It's dime. You got a dime, Matt.
I
guess I'll spin again. Thank you.
Under the Drew Carey supervision here. Yes. All right, let's.
The price is wrong, bitch.
I can't believe you're a professional golfer. I think you should be working at the snack bar. You better relax, Bob. There is no way that you could have been as bad at hockey as you are at golf.
All right, let's go.
Oh! You like that, old man? You want a piece of me? I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby.
The price is wrong, bitch.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
All right, let's get into the second half of the Tall Can Audio podcast here. Our 11th anniversary. Toyed with the idea of 11 beers today, but thought I'd pull up short on that. And even really thought about, I do still have, we've talked about it before, a couple of these 10th anniversary beers. And just, it wasn't the right moment, man. It wasn't the right way to go. And so I decided I would take this one that I just picked up over the weekend down in Chinatown. Did you know Ottawa had a Chinatown?
Of course, man, on Somerset.
I just learned after my 14th, 15th year of living here, we have a Chinatown. And I knew there was a Little Italy.
Which is the best place to get Korean food, actually.
Okay. Pub Italia, lot of taps. I do like Pub Italia.
That's on Prescott, though.
Yep.
I'm Preston.
Yes.
The Prescott is on Preston.
It is also on Preston.
And really Pub Italia is across the street and down a bit. But that's not really Chinatown.
That is not Chinatown at all. It just came to me knowing, the different ethnic neighborhoods of the city. I did not know we had a Chinatown. It's like 3 blocks on Somerset, as you pointed out. And there's like a giant welcome to Chinatown sign as you drive in. So I probably should have known. But this is Spark Brewing, which I've
never been to.
I have been to now twice, and I guess somehow didn't notice the first time that it was in Chinatown. This is None More Black, and I'm choosing that for perhaps the sense of humor around the show.
The beer's called None More Black?
Yes. A Czech dark lager.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, coming in right around 6% from Spark Brewing. I was in there a couple of summers ago with our friend Schreids, but this is the first time I've been in since, and grabbed a whole bunch of things. And I do enjoy a dark lager, so thought this would stand out. But None More Black, perhaps describing the heart of this show compared to some of its compatriots around town.
It's just a little black, just a tiny black spot. Yeah,
it's pretty dark.
All right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm rolling with, man. What have you got?
So I never actually spoke.
Oh, you squirty fuck.
Okay. The Baltic Porter I had up front.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Okay.
I left you one.
Yes.
Try it yourself.
Okay. 9%.
9%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have cleared over the last few weeks while you've not been here the backlog of ones I had been talking. Like, I don't know that I need 10%. Like, when you come in, it's 2 or 3 beers, right?
Yeah.
Some of the other guests, some of the online, it's 1 beer. So you choose that moment to clear
to drop the 10. Beer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, and guess what?
Here's another one.
You can throw that in there. But I found it to be very tasty and not overly boozy. Mm-hmm. A little more of that sort of licorice star anise that you get in an imperial stout.
Can you do the Fandango?
Thunderbolts and lightning. Yeah, I get you, man.
All right.
So I've now segued off of that to Mascot in beautiful downtown Etobicoke.
Right.
This is their Black Panther.
Ooh.
So much in the same vein that you got cooking over there.
Yeah.
This is their Black Light Lager.
Okay. What's the percentage on that? Did you catch it?
4%.
Yeah, okay.
So it actually, I am getting the maltiness up front, but it does have that sort of, what is it they would say, weak-ass finish.
Okay, yeah.
That's not on the can. That's my.
It doesn't say that in the description.
That is my own.
Grab our
But again,
ass.
I have moved from a 9% Baltic Porter
yes.
to a 4% Black Light Lager.
Well,
so
you and I have done this before. Like, you try not to punish the brewer for something it says right on the label, right? That it's a light dark lager.
So, but I am for.
You're going to punish them.
No. Yeah, sorry. It's true, Matt. You make a good point.
Yeah.
And it is, but I am getting. I am getting the maltiness up front. And,
Yeah.
if you're looking for that in a light lager, because a light lager should not necessarily mean void of flavor.
No.
Which I think we've talked about a bunch of times. The Nita Light, very good.
Back in stock, by the way, good listener.
Because it rolls through the flavor from front to end. Mm-hmm. Right? So this is lacking a bit on the back end.
Yeah.
But it does have a very nice, dark, malty upfront flavor. So maybe worth a try.
If you'll allow me to
No.
to punish both Spark and Gold Rush. Both. It's all small cans today.
No, that's why you were, honestly, that's what you were like, let's go.
We got to go. We got to get to a break here. I'm thirsty.
It's small cans.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I have two of them sitting here for the back half of the show. I won't make that mistake
All
again.
right, yes.
But both breweries, everything we grabbed, it was all small cans, not just these. Come on. Let's get shit tight here. Like,
This is the Kinder beers. We don't need any of these. I will be my own liquor control board.
it always works out well.
Yeah.
I can handle it. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Now I've made it to the ripe old age I am. I know what I'm doing.
Right.
But if,
Both of them tasty beers, and
Okay.
another 150 milliliters would have been great.
all right, so you're only punishing them for the can size. You
That's
enjoyed
it.
the
That's
beer.
it. Yes.
It's all right. But I am
But smarten up.
I am anti small can.
Yeah.
I don't care. It can be in Dominion City. I'm looking at you. You going to give me a 10.5% stout of some kind? Put it in the big can. I'll pay more. I don't want the small can. I don't.
Speaking of comparing cans,
I like a good can.
on Saturday, May 23rd, it is F1 weekend in Montreal.
Don't care.
Well, stay with me here. There is a certain group who has chosen that weekend to plan a protest, a walkout, and I dare say no group of workers has ever more strategically
Strippers.
chosen. It is
strippers.
of Montreal who have said, we are not being treated fairly here in the city of Montreal. And on F1 weekend,
Oh, which if you've never been,
and I haven't.
there is a huge influx.
Oh, no,
of
it's
people.
massive.
Massive.
Yes. This is one of the biggest weekends in North American sports. And half the reason is because of these fine women, whether they be small canned or large canned.
not
There
just-
is
not
something
just
for them.
women.
No, that's true.
There are multiple genders involved in this.
They have chosen this moment to say, we wish to be compensated better. We wish to be treated better by
Yeah.
our employers. And we will not be at Shapery on Saturday.
Club Super Sex.
Is this shooting yourself in the foot on a weekend where you could make a lot of money, or is this the perfect moment to make a stand?
This is the perfect moment. And again, it is that whole thing about I'm going to take a bullet now today for future exotic dancers
Yeah.
that I'm going to do for you. I'm going to take this bullet.
Yeah.
I think it's fabulous. It's the best idea. Now, again, if I'm showing up there with my clutch
100%.
of $5 bills, I'm probably not as happy.
No.
But I'm not. So it's totally fine. Whatever.
I only show up for the articles.
Yeah, this is exactly right, Matt. Well, in strip joints, most often smack of desperation. But it's, to me, this is, you are
They
using
have
the
a time and
leverage.
place. They have a place.
You are,
F1 weekend is one of them.
but to me, this is, everybody needs to make a living,
You
Matt.
got the town by the nuts at this point, man.
Short and curlies. Get after it.
Power to you.
I 100% support.
Yeah. Where do you want to go next here, man? Because there's a bunch of stuff still here on the table about the Canucks, the Oilers, the Leafs. We got the Jays. We got the PWHL expanding the charge into the final. Take the wheel here, man. Where do you want to go?
There's so much, Matt. So much. Yeah, let's go with the PWHL.
Okay.
Because it's not going to always be the thing that I go to.
Right. But you were at Game 3 of the first round series against Boston.
I was. And every time.
Full house.
1,300.
What? 13,000.
13,000,
Yes.
sorry.
Out at CTC. It's a good poll.
And so 13,278-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's the loudest
Yes.
13,000 people I've ever experienced in that building. Like it was
In all the best ways, it comes off with like watching Camp Day when the Blue Jays have an after, like it's kids, it's women, like it's a different vibe, right? They are willing to have a great time. They are yelling and cheering, and their voices are a little higher pitched than the average sports fan.
So I'm in my seats, the seats that I like to go. I sit in for the Senators games. I'm right in 327, right on the edge of the 300s, right in the first 3 rows. And there's people behind me. They show up, and there's 7 or 8 of them who aren't supposed to be there. Their seats are in a different spot. And I
think that's all Kane Audio Rob. Let's sit with him.
I spent the first period going, I am distracted by these people to the point of like anger. Like I was just, it was detracting from anything I was watching.
Okay.
But they were so fired up
Yeah.
that by the sort of the middle of the second period, I was just like, they were shouting all the time, like, but at the game. Not
You mean
just,
after you have a beer and a half into you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how tolerance grows.
You know what?
Or,
2 slices of pizza and,
yeah.
and two Heinekens.
Soaks it up a little.
$60.
Ooh.
I was
Way to go, P-Dub. You have arrived.
Well, so a woman I work with who's a season ticket holder, I asked her, I said, did you notice a bit of a ticket shock in the move from Lansdowne to, because $60 for 2 slices of pizza and 2 beers?
Yeah.
That is, well,
Yeah.
the seats cost me $65 for 2
Right.
seats.
Okay. So,
Like I'm just, so I just was interested in, and she's like, yeah, man, it's got to be 40% more expensive.
Sure.
Anyways, these people were so into the game. Now, our good friend Emma, you know who I'm talking about?
I do, yeah.
You know when she would get crazy excited and that voice she would use
Yeah.
that sounded like a Muppet?
I don't like that voice.
I hate that voice. And there was a woman in this group who sounded like that
Okay.
for all 2 hours and 45 minutes.
That's just her voice.
Yeah. When she was always yelling and doing it, I was like, oh my God, I got PTSD here from this is driving me crazy.
Shut up, Emma.
Yeah, honest to God, because I was just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Anyways, but they were so into it.
Yes.
And the whole arena was so into it. It was,
It's hard not to get swept up by it.
and
right?
it is a, and I say this with no judgment. It's a different crowd.
Of course it is.
It's a very different crowd than an NHL crowd. It was, like I said, 50% louder.
Yep.
And
There are families. There are just groups of women who go together. It is a very different.
so they had, every arena does it. You see it in Ottawa a lot where they do that whole prize thing, which is if
Get
you
loud.
are not in section, if you're not in the 200s, sit down.
Right.
Or no, if you are wearing a Boston Fleet jersey,
Get the fuck out.
and everyone boos,
Yeah, of
and then they're
course.
like, if you're not in the 200s, and so it gets all the way down, and then they're like, and the woman who won, they're like, she's a burly woman with a white brush cut and Harry Potter glasses, and I'm like,
That's silly.
I'm like, all right, this is the deal.
If you look like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, sit down.
That's me. That's me, ladies and gentlemen. That's this guy right here.
100%, yeah.
Anyways, I was cheering like crazy when they scored that goal with 28 seconds
Yes.
to go because I thought, oh my God, this could go 14
Well,
overtimes.
Aaron Frankel versus Gwyneth Phillips in goal in a P-Dub game. Yeah, that had potential for a long... As it played out on Sunday, on Mother's Day. Like the number of people I was following online going, either texting mom to say, stand by, or mom's here with me and she's fine with it, or whatever, right? Like, I did wonder, with it being a Mother's Day game, that was game 4, whether or not there was a lot of people complaining, saying, why would you plan a women's hockey game on Mother's Day when you know people? There was other people going, this is perfect. I want to take Mom. Mom likes this, right? Like, so I don't think you can never satisfy anyone, but I was excited to see it's the playoffs, so it's not the perfect litmus test, but I was excited to see they dramatically outdrew TD Place at CTC for a playoff game.
And it's interesting because I've now seen 3 Charge games live, and every game I go to, I was behind in 327. Gwyneth Phillips is in front of me twice.
Right. So you saw all the action.
She is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, to me, she is.
The whole experience of watching a Charge game is to be outshot 30-12 and be in it tied late. Like, that's
38-22 were the shots at, closing in on the end of the game. And I was just like, she was like toe save. Like, just the movement. She is so fun to watch.
100%. And they have now announced 3 out of 4, and we fully expect the 4th team is already well known, but they have announced 3 out of 4 expansion teams. The conversation of whether 4 teams in one summer is too many is a different one. It is too many. But they're going to Hamilton, Vegas, Detroit, and it sure sounds like San Jose will be announced early next week. Any thoughts on those markets?
Yeah. Hamilton is odd. Like, I look at it and go, you already have Ottawa and Toronto.
Yeah.
To varying degrees, playing in varying size arenas. I can't think Toronto is stoked about having Hamilton.
I did see one report that said there were already at least a couple hundred season tickets canceled for Toronto next year that have been transferred to Hamilton. So not ideal, but
I would just as much rather have seen them put a team in Buffalo.
Yeah. Well, that's a hockey market.
Yeah.
It would work.
For sure.
You'll be the premier tenant at Cops
in Hamilton.
now.
I totally get that. I get that.
With an AHL team returning as well.
Yeah. I think the whole thing in Edmonton seemed odd, right? Where apparently they couldn't get the workers in the arena to.
Yeah.
There was some issues because to me, they are screaming for another Western or 2 franchise.
This is what I said the last time, right? When they went to Vancouver and Seattle, I thought there would be a bridge built first, whether it be to Calgary or Edmonton, whether it would be
Calgary
to Chicago.
Had the Inferno, the Flame, the
Inferno,
Inferno, yeah.
And I thought, you build your bridge out there rather than just do a year of Vancouver, Seattle, where the travel's brutal for those teams.
Yeah.
But now you're filling it out with San Jose and Vegas. You're very close now with Minnesota to a Western division.
Yep.
Perhaps the next time you do this, although I wouldn't encourage them to keep doing large expansions. I think Hamilton is fine. I think Hamilton will work, but I'm with you. Toronto wouldn't have been thrilled about it. That would have been part of the area you're growing from.
They put Detroit in.
Yep.
Right? Detroit, Vegas, Hamilton, and potentially San Jose,
yes.
right?
That's right.
I feel like you are saturating that zone.
The Northeast.
Yeah. And even that corridor between Montreal and Detroit. Like, you now have 5 franchises in that zone.
Yeah.
I know that the population
but it just seems like you could have went Denver, Chicago.
You just wait on Edmonton. Whatever the problem, like, they sold out that.
Well, Edmonton isn't. This is the second time you're going back to them. Like, I'm not sure why that's.
Because they were the ones that sold out their. Like,
yes.
They sold.
And a bunch of markets did. Denver sold out a couple of times.
Detroit did not. Washington
did. Chicago has embraced it in a bit.
So geographic is really why I'm going back to Edmonton, because they sold out in 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it was, and it is a Western location. That's why I go there as opposed to another Eastern location.
Sure. Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. We'll have time over the summer to get into it. 4 teams. You and I've talked about this. It's too much. You've already taken away from your original markets quite a bit. So I don't love that. But in terms of the markets they've chosen, I know a lot of people are ripping on San Jose. You know, you didn't sell out a takeover tour event. You didn't even
Takeover. Thank you.
It is a key sports market. It is out in the West, and it is by far the leading attendance in the WNBA. So if you're drawing from that women's sports crowd,
And it's affluent.
and and you know the Sharks have a strong, like, between all these things, it'll cross over. It'll be fine.
Yep.
I think that'll work.
I don't have an issue.
No,
To me, honestly, if they go that route,
yeah,
I fear, and man, I talked about it when they were talking about moving from 6.
yep.
I thought
It's fast, man.
There is too much. Like you look at the damage, and it's ancient history when the NHL went from 6 to 12, and they decided we're going to keep the original 6 in one in one division and the new 6 in the other.
Yeah,
And you're like, and you would play each other in the
final.
and you're like, that's a St. Louis goes to 4 straight Stanley Cup Finals, and you're like, and they got smashed
Yep.
every time, and so I just worry.
But people looked at that Vancouver roster this year and said, "Man, that might be the best team in the league."
The two of them,
and everybody hated it. So you took all that from, and neither of them made the playoffs. Now, is that travel? Is that what we'll see? But yeah, it's really hard. Like if you bought a Toronto Scepter Sarah Nurse jersey, she was gone in 1 year. And you're like, well, like that's really hard on your
Hamilton, Sarah Nurse, come on
I would
down.
think that is probably likely to happen. But yeah, it's tough on your fans to. These are growing pains. Like there's a number of ways of looking at it, but you're not showing a lot of loyalty to the people who were there for you early.
No, it's just in. I'm going to double back for 1 second to the Charge Victoire final.
Yeah.
And what a shit offseason it was for the Charge.
Yep.
Right. What they lost in the expansion, there was deep cuts there,
Yep.
and then what they lost in free agency, and then the loss in what they received or were able to acquire in free agency. It was a bit of a shit offseason.
It was not good.
And
Here they are. Thank you, Gwen.
yeah, but again, it's well, thank you, Gwen. It's thank you, Rebecca Leslie, who
Yes.
has come from being sort of a
Fourth liner last year.
serviceable fourth liner to she's on the top line and producing. So it's a nice bit of a fuck you
100%.
for a franchise that was really decimated by the offseason to now be back in the final.
100% agree with that. And it's been kind of all over the map. Like Brianne Jenner had a killer
conversation.
first half to, even get herself, it's a different conversation, but back into the Olympic conversation. Like last year had not been a great year for her. She had a great first half and then maybe not quite such a great half. But Katarova coming over from Russia has been fantastic. Ronya Sevalainen has been terrific.
Awesome.
But this whole thing is Gwen Phillips. And
Yes. A good goalie spackles over a lot of warts.
we'll see if she can spackle over one more round here. So
Because when you look at the Victoire, scored more goals, allowed less goals, had a better PK, had a better power play, you're like, oh, and they have the best player in the world.
You're kind of taking the wind out of my sails here on this, but no, you're absolutely right. When you look at the team that they have,
Oh, and they took 3 out of 4 from Ottawa this year.
Desbiens, Ambrose, and of course Poulin and Laura Stacey and everything they got going up and down.
Sickness, though, and Poulin is still injured.
Yeah.
Let's come on. Let's
get after it.
Let's get after it. That's what I'm saying.
By the time you hear this, good listener,
Game 1 in the books.
Ottawa up 1-0. Let's hope.
Look at you.
Look at me. Why don't we talk about the Jays for a second? We come back to hockey. Because I don't know how much you have on this.
I always believed in you, Dalton Varsho. I always believed in you.
Just before, I don't know whether it was the 8th or the 9th inning, going into Wednesday night's final game against Tampa, I tweeted out, Dalton, what's a contract year, Varsho?
Yeah.
Guy, no. And then, sure enough, walks it off, grand slam, extra innings. That'll,
Jeff Hoffman giving him a tip of the cap.
after giving Tampa just about everything they needed.
Tip of the cap to you too, everybody.
Look, it's been a couple of weeks since you've been able to be in here and weigh in on the Jays. Where are you at, man?
Eric Lauer, tip of the cap to you too, my man.
Yeah. The kick in the ass.
Yeah. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. This team is so aggravating to watch. Like, we're back to April of 2025, where you're like, they can't score, they can't win, they're pissing away great starting performances. Like, you look at Cease last
Tuesday night.
Wednesday night. And you're like,
Shut up, Matt.
They're going to piss this great effort away again. And you're like, because they can't score runs. Like, it is the...
In the fifth inning, they had already hit into 4 double plays.
I love that. Nothing makes me feel more satisfied as a sports fan than to see your team hit into 4 double plays in the first half of the game.
They are...
Come on!
In the top 10 in batting average, but like the bottom 4 in runs scored. It's all singles. It's all... Like, somebody hit something the fuck out. Like, this is modern baseball. You have to be able to hit for some power. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. just went, forget home runs, 53 straight at-bats without an extra base hit. It's walks or singles. And Vlad, big man, love you. Need a little more, man. Need a little more than the singles and the walks, right?
Through 43 games, he had combined for 9 extra base hits.
Right.
2 homers, 7 doubles.
Batting under 150 in the month of May. It's not going to work.
Oh, no!
You're a $500 million man.
Yeah.
Macho.
And see, I don't even look at that number anymore. Like, that's the contract is signed.
100%.
And it's gone.
But they are built around him hitting for like a monster.
Right. Yes. And we saw what he did in the World Series. And
the WBC.
He was great in the WBC.
Where'd that guy go?
Because on a stacked Dominican team, he was the man.
Yep.
And so I just think part of his problem is I think it's in the pressure he puts on himself. Like, as it just seems to be when it comes to the Jays, he just doesn't, it's like the pressure is just pushing down on him. And I hope it's not too late before he regains that, because the totally shit American League, not just East, the American League.
Was you and I sit here on Thursday, they're a game and a half out.
Of the wild card.
But they also have to go like 71 and 42 to get to 90 wins. So it's not just how many games out you are. It's just there's a bunch of teams ahead of you, and not everybody's going to stay shit, presumably, all year.
But I think all those other teams are also facing that same 71 and 41 or whatever it is, right? Like they are not alone in that. But they are getting decent starting pitching.
Yeah, for what it is. But like Patrick Corbin is... Imagine thinking in the second or third week of March, not only will we be needing Patrick Corbin to step in, we will be going, thank God he has stepped in great, right? Like...
Okay, that was Eric Lauer last year.
Yeah, but not till...
Yeah.
But a little later on. Yeah, but you and I talked about it, man. You signed 8 starting pitchers.
9.
What are you doing?
Yes.
Oh, wait. We will need another one, and we will need him to be elite.
Yeah. Because the guys who we were like, man, we are so stacked.
Yeah, we're just going to ask Barrios to pitch through his shattered elbow. I'm like, is that going to work? Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And it didn't work. It hasn't quite panned out that way. Bieber, I remember saying to you, if we get anything out of that guy this year, count it as a blessing. They're still not saying that, but that's sort of where you're at with him. Savage hasn't quite returned to form, but at least he's back in there and looking similar enough.
Well, see, last Saturday was the last time he pitched.
Yeah.
And that was that 14-3 game against the Angels.
That's right, yeah.
Where he was tied. I don't even think it doesn't matter because he only pitched 4 innings.
Yeah.
But he's been grinding through his innings.
And I don't think you'd have him here unless you needed him to. Like you would have given him an extra week or two to try and ramp back up properly after the crazy year he had last year, and the way you used him. Like, Gausman is interesting. They've decided not to give everyone today's day off as an extra day to push everyone back. They're just going to keep rolling because they want Gausman to pitch Sunday. And quite frankly, they don't want Gausman to pitch in the Yankees series next week. While he's been really good for the Yankees hit him hard all the time. So they have a 4-gamer in New York next week.
Yankees and the Twins.
Yeah, he's not going to pitch. And they kind of adjusted everything. And for now, you're going to have to just keep making it work that way.
Well, and you look at how, at the beginning of the season, how they juggled the starting pitching to sync up with that Dodgers series.
Went really good.
Yeah, super well. But that is, and Gausman.
Who can we line up against the Rays? Anybody? Anybody?
It was Scherzer, Gausman, Cease was how they wanted that Dodgers series to go.
Yep.
And you're like, oof.
Now, Cease, to his credit, has found he's gone 7 innings for 3 straight games. He only went 7 innings twice all of last year, so they have clearly...
Well, his strikeout numbers are...
Incredible, man.
Incredible.
Yep.
So he could not have got a better signing in the offseason
and
than that
they
guy.
appear to, A, have helped him tweak some things, which was always part of the sales pitch. But B,
and that's what he said.
Yeah. And the second part was, you are going to make some pitches that our defense is going to clean up for you that the Padres' defense didn't. Now, Toronto's defense hasn't been quite what we're used to, but it has still, believe it or not, been better than the Padres last year.
Yeah.
So
well,
that's helping him out as well.
And I still am looking at getting a jersey.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a Okamoto jersey.
Okamoto, the big oak in the big smoke.
Man, I just think that Kaz, baby.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. Like, now, not a great glove.
It's better than advertised.
Well, I got hit in the head with a ball on Wednesday night, and he just
He also made a great snag, though.
Another one clanked off his glove and out into the hill, and you're like, nah.
I think overall, his defense has been better than advertised.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the bat has been better than hoped for.
Seriously, maybe the only guy hitting.
Yeah. So I am now.
Ernie. We need you, Ernie.
Yeah. Well, and again, he was through the first month, through April, anyways. He was.
Well, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, right? Like
100%.
Nathan Lucas. Hey, I'm over my vertigo. Cool. We're gonna put you on the IL with a hurt hamstring or whatever the hell it is, right? Like everything is just. I don't know if there's going to be enough time left.
Springer, Kirk, like just.
Barger comes back for one game, throws a motherfucker out from right field, and is like, actually, I blew up my elbow. 101 mile an hour that throw.
That was, well, he had one of those in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
Right? And you're just like.
But that's harder than Dylan Cease. Like,
well, it's harder than 98% of starting pitchers, right?
But now he's on the IL with a. So there is lots of. Well, there's a doings afoot across Canada. On Thursday, we saw the Canucks unveil Ryan Johnson as GM and the Sedin brothers as co-president.
They said, look what Toronto did with Matt Sundin.
Mm-hmm.
They won the draft lottery. They turned shit around. Matt's
already turned
sunny face. It's awesome. Let's do this.
Well, you know it's going to work.
Of course.
Because what country doesn't elect 2 presidents? Have you ever seen a ship set sail without 2 captains?
Well,
where would the Catholic Church be without the popes?
This is what you do. Most ships have a captain and a commodore.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Most dictatorships or faulty countries have a president and a prime minister. I don't understand those countries that have both. It's weird.
I think we're the faulty, the Leafs nation.
Okay.
Pedal down. You see that fucking iceberg? Well, let's go.
Well, and the thing with the Leaf Nation thing is, one guy doesn't even have a title. Like, what is that guy?
Oh, I think he's Grand Poobah of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, he's Hockey Czar. Hockey Czar.
Great title.
It's for sure it is. Yeah. Hockey Czar, Matt Sundin.
The Oilers, fired their coach. I'm not sure they meant to. The Leafs.
And I think the Edmonton thing is bullshit.
Okay, let's start there.
Like, that guy has taken you to
Chucky Knobs.
Yeah. Chuck Knobloch, which honestly, for the first year he was there, I couldn't.
I
remember.
haven't quite dismissed it yet. Now I don't have to. Like,
Right, he's gone. Well, he's going to
Unless
coach.
he ends up in
he's going to coach the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's what I was going to say.
great, another group of knobs.
Turn your knob. It is. Guy went to back Stanley Cup Finals. You provided him with a shit lineup and no goaltending, and then you fire him, like because McDavid said, "Hey, you have an average team with high expectations. You'll be disappointed every time."
That was a damning quote.
Yeah, but that's not on Knobloch.
No.
That's on you, Stan Bowman. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing out there?
9 playoff series in 3 years. Fuck you, you're fired.
Fired. Where's Vince McMahon?
I should have that button here. It's been a staple over the years. I don't know that they meant to do it.
Well,
I believe they wanted to tiptoe and go, is Bruce Cassidy interested? And if he is, we would like to talk to him. If not, we're going to keep our guy. And it got out, and now you had no choice. Like, Chris Knobloch can't stay after he's heard you're already shopping for my replacement. Now, I don't think if it was anyone but Cassidy, they were likely to make a change. But you sort of box yourself in when you get sloppy and let this shit get out there.
the term cuckold comes to mind there.
And no one wants to be Coach Cuck. Like, that's not going to work, man.
I'm going to come back. Coach Cuckblock.
Yeah.
You don't get this shit anywhere else, man.
No.
I'm telling you, it's
There's a reason for that.
yes. But it's nobody wants to come back after like, no, we've already looked for your replacement.
Yeah.
And Vegas gave us the old cuck block.
Yeah. No, but
Do you like what Vegas did or do you not like what Vegas did there?
I think Vegas gets to do this until they're eliminated. Like, it's not like this guy's coaching them, so it does come off fairly petty. But you are a divisional rival.
You fired me.
Yeah.
And I can go and
I relieved you of your duties. We have allowed John Tortorella to do your job.
Semantics.
Yep. I think it's petty, but I think it's a divisional rival. By all accounts, they haven't allowed LA to talk to him either.
Don't go to LA. That to me is
No, it's going to be bad.
like if you're Bruce Cassidy, I think you are at a spot now where you need to be very careful with what you do. You could be on that slippery slope of we'll call you the Todd McClellan trip.
Todd McClellan, the only of the last 9 Edmonton Oilers head coaches who has gone on to get another job after working for the Oilers.
Yeah. But
Now
again,
there's some stuff in there. I think Pat Quinn was one of those guys, God rest his soul. Dave Tippett retired, said I don't need to see any more of this. Todd Woodcroft.
He's been retired. Well, and Woodcroft, that's another guy.
Yeah,
who's
he's down
in Anaheim.
Yeah, working.
Also
working
rumored
with
to
the
be maybe in the Toronto job.
I have time for that conversation.
Analytics-driven kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got the best out of his offensive guys.
Well, and had a high-octane offensive squad therein. Yeah, so to me, you're like,
I got time for that.
all right.
But when you talk about the Oilers, you've had all these different coaches come through, but like it's a bad team, and it's not a bad team. Connor says it's an average team with high expectations
And disappointed.
and it's not going to work. But they have 1 year left, and you don't have time to come in, I don't think, and blow out management. Go, Jackson, you stink at this. Bowman, you stink. And then get everything set up again to have a great offseason for Connor, because I know he's got 2 years left. You got 1 year left. Like,
Yeah, for sure. No, you're not going past this time next year.
so you have put all of this on Stan Bowman, and he went out and said, I'm going to go get you Tristan Jarry and see how that goes. And it didn't go very well.
There's Trent Frederick, and then there's what's that defenseman? Wallman. Yeah, and you're like,
Who I like. Like, that was a fine trade, but you don't
yeah.
have to commit to him long term.
forever? Like, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah.
No, to me, they have
This is it.
they put their fingers in it. Don't put your finger in it. No. Don't do that.
Where do you want to? Let's go to Toronto.
I want to go to Toronto. And really, that was just that was the snack. That was the salad.
Well, I was going to ask. I wasn't really asking you where you wanted to go. I was going to ask you where do you want to start on Toronto, because that's clearly where we're at right now. But the good listener has heard me a couple of times here over the last few weeks weigh in on it.
I have not.
Heard me?
Yeah.
Well, call me, man. I'll let you know.
I know, but you've been busy.
You can have your own own short form version of TCA. You just call me and sit back.
Matt does not have a short form version. Just so you know.
Just about anything.
Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, just about anything.
Only in one thing.
What a fucking braggart, hey? Look at that guy.
I come up short in one very important area, and that's about it.
And to me, I am it because everything is. What do you do? Since they've won that draft lottery, you're like, it gives you options. Mm-hmm. And you go, and the Austin Matthews thing, just all these things, you go, do you rebuild? Do you retool? Do you just keep running it back and go from here? Not knowing what Austin Matthews' intentions are. And I am very much on the bandwagon of, you see where Austin Matthews will go. And you flip that guy for whatever package you can get back. The best package. And you keep Nylander and you retool. And you retool at this point.
If you're selling one, you're selling both.
I don't think you have to.
I don't think you have to sell Matthews. I think that's been overstated. He may yet tell you, I'm out.
No, I know, but if you're thinking about running, you've already ran.
I don't know that he is thinking about running.
So where did Chris Johnson come up with that?
I do believe there is something to the, if you're getting ready to tear this, and honestly, I don't believe it's anything. We had a week or so ago, Nick Ashbourne on the show from the Maple Leaf Hot Stove Pod. Talk to him. Was there anything at all
Love his
to
Jay's
that
work.
article? Yes, he's really good on that, and often on Jay's pre- and post-game shows as well. I think that was, hey, it's your off season. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Fire the fucking coach. To me, that's what I read.
Yeah, I will not come back and play for that
I'm not
coach.
doing that shit again.
Yeah. All right, I got time for that.
And as some of the numbers got pulled out, and it's people digging further and further in, he, in his previous career, typically before Berube got here, he had about 35% of his ice time against what would be considered elite competition. In the last 2 years, it's 47%. Patrice Bergeron never in his career had a 2-year stretch of 47% against high. You at some point give your top guy some offensive zone faceoffs. Berube used him the way people use third line defensive zone, Stefan Yell, Mike Ricci level.
Yannick Perreault.
Well, Yannick Perreault could win a draw. After that, it got ugly in his own end. But
Manny Malhotra.
Sure. Potential future coach.
Yes.
I think there was a certain amount of get this guy out of here and then we can talk about it. And I don't think that speaks particularly well of Austin Matthews either. Right? Like the fact that clearly Willie and clearly Austin, before his knee got blown up, had already given up on this guy and just sent him out. It's not a good look. It is not for 2-year leaders, for two guys you want to build around. It's not okay. But this is why I said to you in like November or December, when this season was already circling the bowl, fire him now. Because I got to get a look at, can Austin Matthews still go to a closer extent to what we're used to, right? Like a 55, 60 goal guy, and he's being misused? Or is he also beaten to shit coaching?
Has the body given up?
Right. Yeah. We're just done with that. And I got to know. And we didn't get to know that. We didn't get to see that. So I looked at that article as, the rest of the roster stuff is important, but this is my way of saying I'm not coming back for that coach.
See, and I got time for that. And it's interesting because Chayka said, no, we did not consult the players.
Yes.
We're not doing that. He is 2 years.
Yep.
right? Like there's been all that talk about McDavid's got 2 years,
Yep.
Matthews got 2 years, Kachuk in Ottawa's got 2 years, right? Like there's this symmetry.
Quinn Hughes had 2 years.
Right,
when he-
that it is the 2 years is the new 1 year out
Right.
thing. Nylander, and the reason I chose to keep Nylander is you have him for more controlled time,
Yes.
right? And he you know he wants to be there.
Yep.
Or
I'm just not sure he's a guy you want your young guys looking up to. Like, I think you can have a Nylander,
yeah.
but I'm not sure you want him being kind of cruising around and telling Gavin McKenna, you can cruise too, right?
Can I give you the analogy, and this may make us both cringe. You can have a Caulfield if you have a Suzuki.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, to me, Caulfield is the guy who needs open ice, who is...
The other reason, though, that I would do both, and I think your comparison or your analogy is apt, right? Like, I think if you're going to have one guy, you need it's because the other guy can make room for you to do it, can allow you to go do that. But they've been playing Nylander with Tavares, who...
Yeah, sorry. My analogy was Suzuki is a guy who can play 200 feet.
Yeah.
Suzuki is a guy who can have a bit of... to me, the other analogy I wanted was like a Landeskog kind of guy. Like somebody who is going to lead, who is... And I tried to stay away from a McKinnon type guy.
Yeah.
Who's going to get angry, who's going to be pissed off if you don't hit him with a nice pass, if you don't... Because McKinnons are legitimately generational kind of guys. So I tried to
Big
go
brothers.
with... Yeah, a Suzuki kind of...
Yep.
Because you need somebody. So if you were to get rid of Matthews, your hope was you can have the Suzuki who is the freelance, talented kind of guy. If you had a guy who was going to be lock solid.
Yeah.
No? Yes?
I guess. I think for me, it's more a case of if you're selling Matthews, you're going to not be very
full
good,
rebuild.
basically. And once you're doing that, since you don't have your own picks for the next 2 years, you better trade both, get a first rounder for each of them, and a prospect or two. Like Willie plus McKenna plus Tavares plus Max Domi or whatever the fuck else it's going to look like. It's not going to be good enough. So you might as well sell both and get some prospects and picks to make up for the fact you don't have your own. Would be the only, like, once you're doing one, you're doing the whole thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
Okay. And I got time for that.
Yeah.
Right?
One of the things, though, that I stand, here or sit here as we look at it and go, the announcement to fire Berube when they did ahead of the meeting with Matthews is to not allow it to be painted that we went and had the meeting with Matthews and then
and he said, fire that guy.
no matter what he said, it was going to be printed that way. So there's no chance those guys haven't already spoken. They haven't had the big sit down face to face.
Well, Chayka already said, he's like, when I was in Arizona, I had a pipeline to the Matthews family.
Right. And I also would say John Chayka has a difficult... Everybody in this market, everybody across the league right now thinks this is a joke. Like, I shouldn't have gotten this job. And I just watched...
I went right from El Poco Loco to running the Maple Leafs.
I was running an alpaca farm somewhere.
El Poco Loco. Did you see it? You ever watch any Breaking Bad?
No.
That was
I don't see things.
That was the chicken fast food restaurant.
Okay.
Poco Loco.
See, I was thinking about him coming from Wendy's and dishing out Chakenators here.
But this is what I'm saying. Baconators.
Chakenators. Yeah.
Yeah, Chakenator. All right. Yeah. Anyways, so that's what it was. The Poco Loco is...
But so in front of, I can't have it look like to the media that Matthews said, fire Berube. I also can't have it look like Matthews said to me, this is what I need you to do right now. I've got to be established here as the guy. And I just watched this coach not work with the last GM. That GM went out and said, I'm going to get you as much as I can, the way you want to build a team, the way you want to run a team. But I also need you to find a way to work with Michelli. And he just went, nah, and scratched him for the first half of the year. Yes. You watched Easton Cowan not play for a month and a half, then send that guy down. But he kept saying, no, we'll get to it when we get to it. That's not a guy you can trust to develop whatever it's going to be, McKenna or Stenberg or whatever. If I just watch this coach not communicate properly and not work with the last GM, who is the guy who hired him,
Yeah.
and everyone else already around the organization thinks I'm a joke, I can't have a coach who may also look, maybe I'm reaching at things on that, but I already didn't care for this coach. I'm just trying to find other reasons why I think they came in. If you want to be an analytics-driven organization, you look at literally any statistics from the last year and go, yeah, you're not the guy, man. So you do it respectfully. In the opening press conference, you go, great coach, great guy, can't wait to talk to him, get to know people in the organization, have the sit-down meeting, and you do it as soon as it's respectful, right? It didn't look like you came in with any preconceived notions.
And you look at Berube. When he got fired, he had a year left on his contract in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And he took the year, and he just chilled, and the fervor around hiring him just built.
Stanley Cup winner.
And built and built and built until Toronto said, we'll give that guy $4.5 million. And I remember thinking, I'd like him to come to Ottawa.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, he was apparently in the mix there.
He just had this cachet.
Yep.
And now he's like, I got 2 years and $9 million more coming to me. Like, you're like, if that guy, you don't ever need to, good for that guy.
Sure.
Is what it comes down to. You're like,
he and Mike Babcock hanging out somewhere, soaking up MLSE cocktails in the Muskokas.
Cocktails. The tails part is, wow. It's great. And I think more and more with all the guys, and you hear the number of available coaches for the Toronto job.
Yeah.
Whether it's Cassidy still out there.
Sure. I don't
Laviolette.
see that. I don't want that.
Jerry Gallant.
Don't want that.
Right? You look at those guys, and you look Bruce Boudreau.
No.
Right? So you just go bang, bang, bang. No. But
Cassidy I have time for. He's one of the top 3, top 5 coaches.
100%. And he,
I just don't think because you got rookies coming in too. Like,
he'll be leaning on people.
He's clearly a 2 or 3 years and out kind of guy. I don't think you're close enough.
Whereas the structure he could bring to Edmonton.
I won't be pissed if they go do it, but I think you're right. Edmonton is a more likely and a better suited spot.
Guys like David Carl
would love that. Like, I don't know, but
Woodcroft. I wonder about Gruden in with the Marlies.
Maybe, yeah.
He's still going. Like, they're still playing, right?
Yes, they just are starting.
And what about Jay McKee from the Brantford Bulldogs?
See, I don't know much about McKee. And frankly, I don't know a whole lot about Carl other than he's the hot name and he's been great in college and
with the World Juniors.
And with the World Juniors. And someone went through his Instagram follows and was like, for whatever reason, David Carl only follows one NHL team, and it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like, yes, let's go. That must mean something, right?
Well, and he wants to get paid.
100%. So could they lure him out? I don't know if that's going to be a thing or not. But for me, the name that keeps growing on me a little is Woodcroft. I just think he's coached in the Canadian market, but I don't think this particular impossible scenario is a guy you give, or is a job you give to a rookie.
No, I understand that.
So a guy who's coached in the Canadian market before, who has some experience with
and help that Canadian franchise transition between we got talent,
right,
we suck, to being we can make a move.
I think he would know how to talk to Matthews and Willie, and I think he would know how to help develop, whether it's going to be McKenna or Stenberg or whatever that looks.
It's McKenna.
I think so too, and that we got time for that debate on
down the road.
Yeah, but the more I think about it, the more I think that's, and again, if I thought Carl was a reasonable possibility, he's going to have better opportunity if he hasn't jumped yet. Like, Chicago's come calling with their young core. He said no. Like, other teams have.
Yeah, but Chicago seems to have a bit of that. I don't know, man. What's happening there? It's got a bit of a bad vibe.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. As long as they keep racking up top 5 picks.
For sure. But you are still, they had the second best odds.
Yep. I don't know. I'm interested in Cassidy. I'm not certain he's the right, and frankly, I'm not certain Woodcroft is. I'm not I don't know
No,
what the best.
but I think the
what's the
idea-
next Spencer Carberry?
Because we do
I wish
know.
we'd have had a guy like that in our.
Yeah, everybody does. I never heard of that guy before, and then he's winning coaches of the year.
He was on our bench.
Yeah, I know, but
So was Smalholt.
I said I've never heard of him, which that doesn't mean anything. But the reality is, Treliving, who got fired first and should have been fired first because he
had the chance to fire the other guy first and wouldn't.
Yeah, well, hello, Stan Bowman. and it does come down to, at the end of the day, whether Craig Berube is a great Stanley Cup winning coach or he is a shit Toronto Maple Leaf coach. He was not the right coach for that team.
From minute one, I said that, man.
Yep. So if I didn't give you your kudos then,
Well, Brad Treliving didn't.
you'll have to have him now. But that guy was clearly not the right coach for those guys.
No.
And so whoever,
It was not a Ryan O'Reilly and Alex Petrangelo team. If you ever thought you were going to turn Willie and Morgan Riley and whatever, no. Now, that's not his fault. I mean, it's a little his fault. He could have not taken the job and saved me a lot of grief.
and Benoit and whoever else you can throw in
Well,
there.
the weird shit about it is I think Simon Benoit's closer to what he wants out of his guys than Morgan Riley is.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I don't know, man. They had to fire him.
They did. They couldn't come back with this guy.
No.
Who went 30-point decrease from Atlantic
Champion. Yeah.
champions to
And this
8th
is
place.
a litmus test passed for two reasons for this incredibly unpopular hire. First of all, everyone was saying MLSE's not going to let you fire him. Keith Pelly likes this guy.
Yeah.
They don't like what happened with Babcock. So first of all, you cleared that out and said, we have to fire this guy, and made that go away for the moment. And you managed to... You lack any credibility if you say, we are going to be analytics driven. You keep this coach who all your analytics said were garbage.
even in the Atlantic Championship year,
They were bad,
the
man.
analytics weren't great.
It was allow teams to come in, have all the possession time, all the zone time, all the shot attempts, and just hope your two oft-injured goaltenders don't get worn down. Can't believe that wasn't sustainable long term.
Didn't work, eh?
Did not work. Yeah, the other part of that is he could have kept that bullet in his gun, right? A lot of new GMs say, well, I'm going to come in, I'm going to see what it all looks
If
like.
the season sucks, you're going to
Get a month or two in
November,
and
December.
then play that card. Then
No, I agree.
And he chose not to do it. He recognized the urgency that, hey, this team, regardless of how well it's going to bounce back, doesn't have a month to spare. Like, this team won't be good enough to go 2-8 to start, fire the coach, and then bring up, you're done.
I so want that to happen.
They're not good enough for that. So, you know, I don't know that John Chayka or Matt Sundin are going to be the right guys here, but so far,
Okay, but since the Steve Simmons thing, right, which was unbelievable.
con artist.
Liar. Salesman, liar, con
I kept
artist.
saying on the show, what's wrong with salesman? He clearly meant snake oil salesman or something.
Yeah.
He's just like giving a blow-by on all the salesmen in Ontario. Like,
Well, I know, but we all understand what he's talking about, though, don't we?
I don't know. You're out there pulling up your own carpet, so I guess it's...
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true, man. I got painters coming in. Oh, man, I got flooring, and I got a new door coming in. So
Fucking salesman.
I have dealt with all kinds of, but to me, since that, they won the draft and arrow up kind of thing.
Sure.
And then to watch that press conference where they fired Berube,
Yep.
I liked what Chayka, how he came across in that press conference. If I was a Leaf fan,
Ever since Keith Pelly went away.
yeah.
Yeah. Because
Well-
he was on Overdrive. He was on 32 Thoughts. Like, the two of them have been on a couple of things. It was interesting. Maybe not that noteworthy, but when they did the Berube firing, it was the press release just had Chayka, and it was just Chayka. And you can't have both these guys at every
For sure you
press
can't,
conference,
yes.
but we are now starting to see that shake. But
Because everyone's going to look to Mats.
but he is coming off credible. We'll see.
Well,
what this looks
he
like.
gave a word salad. Like there was just a bunch
That's
of
what GMs do. Like,
That-
that's the language I'm used to.
But I love that.
Yeah.
And to me, as somebody
I'm
who
not
lived
going to
through
box myself in.
the Pierre Dorion years, where you drop a soundbite every time where people come back and go, rebuild's over.
Yeah. You're right.
Rebuild's over.
Yeah.
You're like, he's now an NHL goalie, and you're like,
this is my proudest day as a.
see, Matt,
yeah.
this is
Don't say anything, man.
Do not. And so, to me, come across and do not give them anything.
Yeah.
That to me.
That's what GMs do.
And so, where Chayka has come from, his first trade, his signings, all those things will determine his.
Yes.
But he has.
I'm still not optimistic that this was the right hire.
Right.
But with every time he speaks, I'm less skeptical.
100%.
It's less of a gong show.
And I would agree with you that to me, you sort of go, all right, I haven't hurt myself.
Right.
It's that whole
one more step, one more day where I didn't fall.
People may think you're the dumbest man in the room.
Who?
Which people? Don't open your mouth and confirm it.
No, it's true.
Right. So to me, at this point,
don't give Steve Simmons another chance to slap you in the face.
This is Steve Simmons, man. Like, fuck that guy. And again, I'm not even a fan of the team, but I haven't liked that guy for 30 years.
No, nobody did.
No, and so
except for 1 minute and one. Like,
you loved him in that minute.
Get him.
You loved him in that.
Get his ass.
I know exactly. Teeth right into that flesh.
Yeah.
So at this point, though, I think there's a bit of a glow on the Sundin Chayka.
Well, first overall pick will do that.
And then the firing of Berube.
Yes.
And so people are like, okay, good positives on what was a total
Nothing
shit.
difficult yet. One was total luck. One was an easy decision.
Yes.
But just make the easy decision.
But you
just do it.
have to make the right decisions.
That's right.
And sometimes the easy ones, the people are like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to chart my own course. And you're like, no.
Your course sucks. Take the normal course.
Do what you know you need to do.
Yeah.
And so.
Don't take the O-Dog course. Sorry.
But the O-Dog, I not for his sports takes, but for his non-sports takes.
For his tight pony.
Oh, but the guys, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But his sports takes, not so much. Nope. Anyways.
I get why he's good radio. He's not informative radio. He's not.
Okay, well, check out this podcast.
Hey. 11 years of this nonsense.
Right here today.
Yep.
Man, it's been fun.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of beers drank.
Yeah. 11 years worth of beers. Should have saved every single can.
Yeah.
A garage.
Would you have enough room in this
Not in this
condo?
Fucking studio, no.
All right. Anyways, it's fun to think about.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. A lot of harp in the early days. Like that would have been the bass as you're laying it down. A lot of Grolsch.
A lot of harp, Grolsch, and Daub.
Yes. Yeah.
Those were my...
Fax early for me as well. For some reason, I went through a fax phase early in the show.
And gin. Because in the early days, I wasn't drinking beer.
Well, the early days, the first year or two wasn't strictly craft. It was just, let's drink something and talk.
Well, and I was cutting beer out, and I was trying to...
Thank God he let it back in.
Yeah. Well,
his doctor argues, but all of our doctors. This is a bad show for you guys.
It is the love. Yeah. It is, honestly, it is the thing that you just sort of go, mwah. And it's been a bit of a journey in beer, this podcast.
100%, yeah. How many times right before the pandemic was I don't know, I don't really like IPAs. I'll have one, but now I'm like, crispier, hoppier, please. Like,
yeah,
slap me with that. More bitter.
Slap me
Don't
with
eat, fuck. One more time.
Yes. But so it is one of those things where if we look back to, and you and I have known each other for a long time now.
Yep.
Too many years probably.
Sure.
Matt was a younger man. Well,
we all were.
We both were, I guess, when we first met. But Matt's...
Probably rocking the same Colorado Avalanche jersey.
Yeah. Matt's concept of what a good beer was. The growth of Matt's beer...
And beer belly.
Intellect. Just very high. He's come... like Virginia Slims, you've come a long way, baby.
Yeah. And from Jimmy Eat World to Iron Maiden. It's been a journey.
No, it's funny. I think I like Jimmy Eat World more now than
Iron Maiden?
Than then.
Yeah, or than then. Sure. Yeah, no. That's certainly a different conversation. Let's wrap it up here because this has already been... There's a lot to get to today.
It's a good Friday morning.
100%. And Rob's going home to
Pasta
Well, to
and
sleep
clams.
in.
Pasta and clams tonight.
Congratulations to both of you.
Yeah. Get right into it.
Okay. We're on social media. After 11 years, I would think you know that at Tall Can Audio. Give us a follow
Hello,
on
Blue
your
Cloud.
favorite podcast app, Blue Sky. This fucking guy. Some things will never change.
Never change. Stay consistent.
Next week, you're going to hear from Julian McKenzie before he takes off for the summer, pieces out of the nation's capital. Also, in the next few days, you'll hear from Tom Harrington of the, formerly of the CBC, now much like Rob will on Friday with his feet up, enjoying, he's enjoying retired life. Rob's enjoying a very brief retirement before being sent back to the
Salt mine.
the salt mines. That's right. And we'll get Rob back in here whenever we have to. But that's what's coming up on the Tall Can Audio Podcast. So subscribe wherever you're hearing us right now, and we'll talk to you on the next one.
See ya.